Don't move. Those air jabs might go off. Hey up, troops. It's A Littleton here again with another video, and I'm here to tell you that the best vertical operator in Rainbow Six Siege is Nomad. So before I get a load of DMs saying, have you lost your bald mind? The answer is no, but a little bit yes. So when I say best operator for vertical play, I mean the best operator for vertical play from a solo queue perspective. If you're in with a stack, the best flank watch is by far a drone. However, if you're solo queue, you can't rely on the randoms to watch that drone for you. Therefore, you put air jabs in a specific place, take breaching charges, and now you've got a vertical operator with your flanks watched. Yes, you've only got 3 breaching charge, which is not as flexible as Buck, Sledge, or Ram, but it gives you plenty of vertical opportunity, and you don't have to watch your back or watch your own drones. That's why I think Nomad is an underrated vertical operator. So in this video, we'll go through 5 examples on different maps. It's the kind of the same theme across, so you'll see I'm blocking off the flanks, then I'm using my breaching charges. I've got a couple of examples in game as well that I just went into quick play and played a few examples, and you'll see the same sort of theme there. So I'll get into it, but remember that there's many more sites where Nomad is capable of doing this across the game. I'm only going to show 5 here with a few in-game examples as well. It's enough waffling. We've waffled for far too long. Just get stuck into it. So the first one we get started with is on Consulate, and this is actually my favorite out of all the things I'm going to show you in this video. This is my favorite one to do. If I was any good at YouTube, I'd probably save this till the end and say watch till the end, but I'll just show you to begin with. So first things first, is when we're attacking basements on Consulate. Now attacking basement down in the garage is super important to get a vertical around piano, expo, and lounge. Now first thing first, it's always a weird thing to say that, isn't it? Like first things first. No, let's do first things last. First things first, you can hold a really nice angle under these steps from front desk into lounge, and you want to be droning in here. Obviously, mate, always check to the left here. This is a common tuck spot. Have a look around here, check behind the desk, and then you want to be going into lounge. In the prep phase, it's really easy to get a nice drone in here as well. This isn't really related just to Nomad, but just jump onto this like hand sanitizer, top of the picture, come to where this light is, sit on top of the light. It's got a really nice drone for lounge, and no one ever looks there either. So first thing you got to do is get control of lobby. Now this is done by either holding an angle underneath here. Once you're in, like I say, make sure no one's to the left, and make sure no one's behind the desk here. When you come in, we want to be putting an air jab above that door. Then you want to be droning through. I mean, I'm not going to show you how to drone. You know how to drone. But once you've cleared lobby, you then need to take lounge, then expo, and then piano. But once you've got lounge, you then put your next air jab on top of this door. Now, let me just tell you something about these door frames. Because of the nature of the door frame, there's like a little bit of a lip here. And I was playing with a stack a few weeks ago, shout out Mazzy and George, where Mazzy was playing Nomad and put his air jab like right on the top of the door there. Unbeknownst to us, that stops the air jab going off because it needs line of sight. So when the enemy, the defender, comes into here, the air jab's like sat on top of this lip of the door, if I'm explaining that well enough. And by the time the air jab can see the defender, which is probably like around this area here, the air jab's range sort of ends here. So by the time the air jab sees the defender beyond the lip of the door, you can't do anything about it. The defender walks through it for free. So what you need to do is put the air jab higher up the door, or even just on the side of the door, but don't make it too easy for them to destroy the air jab. Bear in mind, if you put it on this side of the door, depending on where they come in, they may be able to get around this side and go round. So I still prefer it in the middle, but just a touch higher up than you would normally do. And you can see that when that gets to there now, we're going to get, the air jab's going to go off. If we put that further down, you can get to like here before you see it. But anyway, that's your next air jab. Then you want to take expo. Finally, you want to come into piano and do exactly the same thing. This one's a single door, so you can put it down if you want to. Just bear in mind, if you put it down, depending on where the defender is, they might be able to shoot it from the door. But again, don't put it right on top of the lip of the door. Put it slightly above. Spot on. Now, what does that give us? That gives us a completely, well, quite a large area, but completely like worry-free area to worry about flanks. Can't come this side because the air jab above the lobby door. Again, can't come up through spiral because of the air jab above there. And can't come the other way because the air jab above piano. Now, the beauty of that, it means you don't have to worry about flanks. And being able to just make the vertical that you need to make without worrying about flanks is really, really helpful. Now, where should you be making vert? The first place is right over by this desk here on a bit of an angle. And this will enable you to hold the security hallway. This is the door through to site there. You know what? We're not in a rush. Why don't I show you with a drone downstairs quickly? Chuck that over there. bring that back over here and just run that drone down yellow stairs quickly. Again, this is another one of those moments where I should probably edit this out. And someone said I was lazy for not editing. I'm sorry about that. I just don't have the time. I'm trying to do this whilst everything else I have to do in my life. Right, look, there we go. This is security hallway. So now you can stop anyone coming through the double door. Playing here. The next one you want to make is over by this cabinet. So easy to remember, 2 cabinets. And this is where the rotate for Kafe normally goes. So now from this one position, you can hold security hallway and you can hold the Kafe rotate. And then finally, you want to come into piano, put it on the edge of the rug here, and basically anywhere in piano, to be honest with you. And now you've got the vert for the door, and you've got the vert for the yellow stairs door, and you've got a bit of vert for behind pillar as well. I can hear that bloody radio down there. Somewhere in that area. So from that, we've now got a completely worry-free area to play in. If there's any flanks, we're going to know about it. The only thing you've got to worry about is this being impacted, maybe. But obviously, you're still going to have your drones there as well. You know, just remember that air jabs do not replace drones. Putting that there doesn't mean you need to also leave a flank drone there as well. And now from there, obviously, you're going to need a hard breacher to open this usually. But these 3 angles you can hold from above now is super helpful to anyone who's trying to plant the bomb. And obviously, if you're planting, you normally plant in here, or you normally plant down by the breach on the left-hand side. Wherever you're planting from this area, you can hold it. If you already, like I say, you're worrying about yellow there, or you need to come around and hold the back end of the site, you can do all 3 in this one area. Nomad's actually class. We're on to Kafe next, and I don't know why I'm stood on this aircon unit, but let's get off. This is when you're attacking the kitchen and kitchen cooking site below. So first things first, I'll show you a quick... I've said first things first again. I'm sorry about that. Show you a quick pre-placed drone up on the bench. Up on the little leg of the lamppost you can see sticking out. Up on the train. Keep this in the corner here so you can see through the fireplace. You can also see anyone that rotates through the double door here. And most importantly, you can see if museum's clear. Once you're there, you want to come up to the bakery roof or outside train. And then open this window. Now, just be careful when you jump in here. By the way, that makes noise, and that makes noise, and that makes noise. When you jump in that window there, you've got to be super careful that they're not already got a vert here. Now, this goes down into the site, and it's a good defending tip, to be fair. That there's the bakery wall, and what you can do... I've got a drone down there, so I can show you, actually. The hole is right there. All you've got to do is make that hole, and if anyone hops into train, you can see it. Now, it's difficult for them to see that there's a hole there. Like I know that's obvious now, I've said it, but when you're jumping in, like you're here and you don't vault till you're there and you're, oh, it's a bit too late by that point. Always make that hole when you're defending. And when you're attacking, make sure that you can get, if not, you can obviously come through this way as well. So, once you're in here, or actually before you get in here, what I always do is put my air jab down in that bottom corner there. And what that's going to do is stop anyone who comes through this door. And anyone who comes through this door. Now, just bear in mind that you've got to listen out a little bit because, as you can see, you can shoot that air jab from here. So you've just got to listen out for gunshots, but usually that air jab will do you right. Then you want to come over to here and put your air jab onto the left-hand side of the door here. Now, bear in mind as well, you don't want to be putting it here because this, like we talked about in Consulate, this is going to block the line of sight. Now, again, from here, you're pretty much sorted. You've pretty much got a flank-free area you can play in. Generally, people aren't going to come around 90 and come through this way. If they do, again, it's easy to see the air jab, but putting those there doesn't stop you putting a 90 drone there, and that'll solve your problems as well. A 90 drone can watch this door and watch this door. From here, you want to start doing your verticals. So the one that I always like is on the wall here, which will open this wall and will also open into freezer. So it opens this floor, and now we can watch the freezer window. I really like that, and obviously you can see behind into dishes. The other one is prep window, and this may already be made by the defenders because this is a classic, but now you can see into prep window, you can see a bit of prep door. And then the third one is completely up to you how you want to do it. I've got a drone down in sight. Here we go. But if you make vert here, and depending if they've got a line of sight on this wall, you can actually get a line of sight all the way back to here by going through the floor. This is solid ceiling, so you can't get through there, but you can get through that wall. If not, you can look at opening behind K2 and K1 and K2. If anyone doesn't know what that is, this is K1, this is K2. It's just like kitchen unit 1, kitchen unit 2. So obviously you can open here. If you want to go in between them, or you can open further over here, or obviously it's up to you what you want to open and what you want to clear out. And start clearing from below. But again, now you can start putting pressure on above with the different angles that we've seen here. You can hold that side or this side, of course. But you've also got those flanks catered for. You don't need to worry about it. I really like that one. We're on to border now then, and this works really well with Nomad when you're attacking 2 of the bottom 4 sides. When you're attacking vents and workshop, and when you're attacking bathroom and tellers, this works really well. In terms of drones, chuck your drone up onto the roof. Jump up onto this dome style thing. And you can see there's a rim going around the outside. You want to jump onto that rim, although it's difficult to do because if you just flop off, there we go. And you can leave your drone there, and that then will give you obviously an incredible overview of all of office and a bit of fountain. And of course, you can take it around the edge to check the other side of office as well and down towards the window. Really, really solid drone spot. And works okay as a flank drone to an extent as well, but the information that you get is late there. You can also pre-place drones in CCTV or armory, of course, but essentially this one's really simple because you put the air jabs in both places, in the same places for both sides. So once you've got control, you want to probably be entering through armory. Just a little tip with armory is you sometimes see people putting vault cams up here or other places around armory. Whenever you come into armory and you've droned yourself in, or you know armory's clear, so you come in, make sure when you drone again that you stood on this concrete square on these bricks. Don't stand here and drone. Obviously, don't stand here and drone because you're in line of that anyway, but just make sure you stood on these bricks so you can't be C4'd from below. The amount of times I've seen like people stand here and drone and get C4'd is insane. And also soulless as well. So then the next thing you want to do is put your drone on 90 under the default cam. And this will be a massively important flank watch as well, because now from one drone you can see anyone that comes up metal stairs, see anyone that comes to the top of these stairs. But essentially your air jab is going to go in 3 places. One here on this door, up to you where you put it. Top of the door is best for me in my opinion. The next one is on 90 itself, on this corner here. I sometimes put it up there, but it doesn't always reach. If someone comes around 90 and sort of sticks into here, it doesn't always reach. But if you stick it down there, it rarely ever gets seen. Whenever anyone's looking for air jabs, they're always looking above. You can also go behind the back of this sign if you want to as well. And the other one is simply above that door. Now, all your flanks are covered apart from one place. The only place you can get a flank from is here, on this angle. If someone comes to the top of east and doesn't go through here and comes around this way instead. So you can look at putting air jabs on the top of the stairs, like just on the offset. So with your air jab, if you're putting it on the stairs, don't put it there because it's really easy to shoot from this side here. If you put it just behind the top of the stairs, it's almost impossible to shoot as you get to the top of the stairs. It's almost impossible. But that's what I like to do on board. I think it works really well. And like I say, it works for both sides. Then, of course, you can start cracking on doing the vert over bathroom, over the corridor, over workshop, etc., etc., depending on what you want to take control of. We're on to everyone's favourite map now, Outback. And this is a site which isn't played as often as the top 4 sites. But green and red bedroom, which is underneath where we are now, in my opinion, is maybe the strongest site on the entire map because you can hold it from above as a defender. The vertical play across all of the sites is huge. All of this floor is soft. Everywhere that's got like cream coloured ceiling is soft. So all of that is completely destructible above. So as a defender, you can play above as well. I know when you see destructible ceiling, you often think, oh yeah, it just means Buck and Sledge can open it. Yeah, but it also means you can open it with impacts or shotguns and hold things yourself. However, if you're attacking this site, the vertical is arguably the most important thing to do. You need to start opening things in laundry and start opening things in kids' dorms. But if you want to do that, it's dead easy to just cover your flanks. Nomad, 1. You don't even need to be like cute with these. 2. And the classic one on the bulkhead of the stairs. 3. And now within 20 seconds or so of being in the map, I know you're probably going to have to clear a player out who's already playing up here, but within 20 seconds of doing that, you've now cut off all the flanks you need to worry about, and now you can start making the vert that you need to take control of the side. Down in towards green bedroom, down in towards red bedroom, clearing people out of the most common anchor spots. You can hold bathroom door from here. You can hold behind the flight cases that people normally hold behind. Really, really like playing this site on both attack and defense. By the way, did you know about Siege sound and the way it works? Like why that air jab sounds how loud it is there, but now sounds like it's in front of us. But now we can hear it to the right, which is correct. Because sound takes the shortest possible direction. So now we're stood here, the sound's coming through the drone hole. When we stand here, the sound's going to come through the door instead. So if you ever think that something sounded weird, it was because the sound took the shortest direction to get to you. Anyway, maybe I'll do a video on that at some point. So yeah, another good side to play out Nomad. Honestly, when you're attacking the floor below, I don't think Nomad is ever a bad choice. So the final one we'll do is Chalet, but let's do the first things first, eh? Let's shoot the jukebox. First things first, first things last. Right then, this one is kind of risky because you've got to get in the main lobby to make it work. You can, if you want to, enter from library, which makes things a little bit easier because it's easier to clear the top floor down than it is to come in the middle floor and have to clear up and below at the same time. But I like coming in the library. Essentially, you've got 3 air jabs. You've got this area here. Obviously, you're not going to be running down main stairs when you're attacking basements. I know the site isn't basement, but I couldn't pick the site because I'm on attack. But you want to be putting the air jab here. You can even... Excuse me. Excuse me. You can even get a decent air jab on this side from the window as well. But you can't quite get the right angle that I like. And you're also obviously at risk from the window. You've certainly got to drone this area before you come in here. But the air jab that you want is just on top of the lip here. And when defenders come around this corner, they always go like this. Sorry, yeah, defenders, I nearly said attackers. And they come around here, they're looking for the air jab here, but obviously it's there by the time the CT goes off. So that covers you to be able to play the vert in lobby. Obviously, you need to cover this end as well. This one's dead easy, it's just a doorway. And then finally, you've got the blue stairs that you need to cover. Now, I personally go with the air jab just here. And as you're coming up, you don't really know where it is, you're looking for it, and by the time you get to here, you're dead. Well, you're not dead, you get air jabbed. There's a couple of other places you can put it. You can put it a few steps higher. You can even put it on the corner of this here. The only thing with putting it there is if somebody comes up and goes like this, with like subconsciously doesn't know it's there, and they go right across into games, it won't go off. So you've got to try and think about where you can put it, where that radius is going to cover all of it. You can even put it on this door frame sometimes, but again, you've got the same problem with when they come up and they go round to the right, that air jab isn't going to go off. You're not going to know they're there. But one more time, let me just reiterate. Putting air jabs down in places like that does not then take away the fact that you need to still use a flying drone. Obviously, then once you've got those in place, you can start your vertical on site. Looking at what you want to get rid of. There's a bit of connector. There's the breach, obviously. You can then clear a bit of back line. You can see all the way down to blue door. And you can clear side line as well. Down there. Now, one thing I don't think I've ever talked about on videos is on Siege, there's a pattern that you can learn where you know how the floorboards go this way. The beams within the floor go that way. Depending on what direction the beams above go, the beams within the floor will always go the other way. So you see these planks are going left or right. That means that the beams underneath are always going to go vertically. These are horizontal, so these are always going to go vertically. I say vertical and horizontal. If we go here, these are now vertical and these are now horizontal. But if these are now left or right, they're going to be going up and down. And if we just go and find another floor to show you the example of that. Let's go into office. You see these are going up and down, so when I open the floor, the beams underneath should be going left to right. So you can see the beams are going left to right. Let's go and pick another area. Let's pick solar. You can see these are going left to right. So that's because the beams underneath are going upwards. It's the opposite direction. I keep saying left to right or horizontally, but obviously by the time you do that, it's now the other way around. But yeah, a little thing to bear in mind there, where if you want to open floors on vertical, you can know which way the beams are running underneath the floor based on what the floor above's doing. And that's the same for every map as well. So I've jumped into a quick play game. I'm going to try and show you the theory of what I've been trying to explain in this video. They're playing ball gaming. I'm going to try and get a drone in library if I can, but it's going to be tough getting past. We made it. So I'm going to try and get a drone in library. No, I'm not, because there's a Valken there. Let's go office instead. Because it's library that we need to take and library that we need to do the vertical on. So let's come in from office instead then. And then see if we can cut off the flanks and make some decent vertical. Let's see how we get on. So we need to get up onto the office balcony. Always open the front door on Chalet, by the way, just so they can't rotate back through lobby. Or even if they do rotate back through lobby, they have to think about it and they've got to be wary of the front door. Just check that drone quickly. No rotate there. Office is clear. What about backwards? It's okay. Oh, can I hear someone running in this way? Was that someone up here? It was indeed. Wait, he would have seen me on the drone there. If he was Solace. Or at least Solace using... Right, we're in library now, so let's start blocking off the flanks. That flank. That flank. And then finally the main stairs flank. Let's just chuck that over to the top of the main stairs. Right, now we're safe. We don't have to worry about the flanks. Let's start opening vert. No need to get any vert on, but hopefully that's an in-game example of what we've done. We've cut off the 3 flanks and we've started making vertical. So this is a map that we actually haven't discussed during the examples, but it still can work when it comes to Nomad protecting the flank. So let's just get a drone in kitchen.
Insertion in 10 seconds. 5 seconds to insertion.
And let's go from here.
Proceed to bomb location.
So first thing first, make sure they're not peeking construction. They're not. Why do I keep saying first things first, by the way? It's doing me head in. It's doing my head in, so it must be doing your head in. What are we saying in kitchen? Oh, hearing somebody. Somewhere. We have got a banner, so I'm going to assume a banner's going to come over here at some point. So it's kind of awkward on Clubhouse, because the 2 places you can get flanked from are like the main stairs and this door. And because they're directly opposite each other, if you put an air jab here to protect the stairs, if anyone's on the door, they can shoot it. And if anyone's coming up the stairs, they can shoot the one on the double door. Probably need to try and push. Okay, he's dead now.
The diffuser has been secured.
I think that's a pulse underneath there, by the way. C4's coming out of the everywhere here. I've got breaching charges. Okay, we can make vert for that though. Is that Valkyrie still alive, or did Valkyrie just die? Okay, we also need to watch the flank from the other side. Red ping way back in Moto door. I don't know if he's still alive or not though. We've got the vert down here. We've got another drone. About 50 seconds. Let's use that quickly. Okay, one's church. No one's Moto. I'm gonna have to come downstairs and pre-fire that church wall, I think.
Last stop standing.
Ah!
Down to
Box one.
friendly.
Should have got that. Oh, nice shot, youth.
Op 4 eliminated.
Good job. Now, the Nomad didn't actually do anything there, really, in terms of the air jabs didn't protect us. But I think it's just like that sort of mental thing where you just know you're safe, so you don't really have to worry about it that much. You have to keep watching your drones and things like that. So on to Bank, we're attacking Teller's archives, and I haven't shown this in the examples. Oh, let's not lose the drone that easy. Get out of there. But this is an example where Nomad could come into use. Bank especially because there's 3 flank points. You've got the 3 staircases above. So you've got to worry about the spiral staircase, the main marble staircase, and then also the square staircase. So we should spawn right in front of us.
Located a bomb.
Grab that drone.
Location and defuse
Head up to the roof. And let's see if we can start making some inroads into square. Ran out the front door. Oh, Cyrex isn't happy though. Understandably so by the sounds of it. Alright, let's have a look at what's going on. Bit of a careless drone throw that. I didn't want that to drop to the bottom of square. Alright, so we can't quite go on. Yeah, we need to... You're still there? Okay. I don't have flashes, which could be a problem. He's just gone into stock. Could just Nomad off stock so he's stuck in, but... Pretty sure he's still in there. I need to start putting air jabs down though. That isn't who I'm after. I'm after someone who I think is in stock. A guy crouched into stock and hasn't come back out. Okay, he's still in there. That's him dead though. Right, let's get some air jabs down. We can start working the vert. Air jab there.
Device in position.
Still got a minute left, plenty of time. Air jab there.
My device is ready.
Right, okay, we're safe. Let's get some vert opened up.
Recharge ready.
Is that in the smoke somewhere? I can hear him. I think he's back here.
Setting the charge.
Where is he? He's down in there, I think.
4 remaining.
15 seconds.
Seconds.
Ant's going down.
10 seconds remaining.
That's Castle. Behind square. Where's Castle been that whole round? Where's he been the whole round? Come on, Ram. You got this.
You got this, man.
Come on, Ram. You don't want to have to reload in these
Been on the
situations.
door. He's in.
Oh my god, he's won it.
Up light.
Op 4 eliminated.
Anyway, I've let myself down on the post plant, but I just didn't expect Castle come screaming through square there. But that's an example there of how useful Nomad can be on attack on bank. You can see the 3 flanks were air jabbed off. We didn't have to worry about it at all. So there we have it. That's why I think Nomad is an underrated vertical operator. Yes, I know that Buck and Sledge make vertical holes and vertical lines of sight and ram much better than Nomad does, but you can't do that with the safety of thinking you're possibly going to get flanked. Nomad just gives you that peace of mind. I think she's a bit underrated when it comes to that. Nice one for getting involved with the channel. Thank you for watching the video. If you've liked, comment, subscribe, all that other good stuff that you need to, I really, really appreciate it. Someone messaged me recently and said, why don't you put your PayPal in your bio? So I put my PayPal in my bio. If anyone's lost their head and wants to support the channel and me, thank you very much. Whoever that person is, thanks for the suggestion. I've stuck it in. Do what you want with it. Obviously, I don't expect anything at all. You're more than welcome to watch all of this for absolutely nothing. I just enjoy making the videos. Thanks for getting involved with the channel. I tell you what though, a like and a comment is absolutely free, and that really helps with the algorithm as well. I'll see you next time. Cheers.